A conspiracy to steal the election, folks. Alarms sound after postal worker reports removal of sorting machines. The removal of key equipment from post offices should be viewed as nothing less than sabotage, said one observer. I grew up in a culture of service, where every piece was to be delivered every day. And his policies, although they've only been in place for a few weeks, are now affecting the way that we do business and not allowing us to deliver every piece every day, as we've done in the past, said Carroll. I don't see this as cost-saving measures. I see this as a way to undermine the public confidence in the mail service. It's not saving costs. We're spending more time trying to implement these policy changes, and it's, in our offices, costing more overtime. The excuse that this is for cost savings purposes is bullshit. This is an attempt to effect an election where more people than ever will vote by mail. If the Democrats win, they need to be sure to deeply investigate Louis DeJoy. Men like him shouldn't be allowed to walk free. This actually happened in my area. I stopped getting mail for a week, so I called my post office. They said the regional sorting facility had their machines shut down for an unknown reason. He said their branch was delivering virtually no mail that week. Well, when the head of the USPS owns $75 million in stock of the direct competition, this is to be expected, even without the election. Removed. My brother works in the Philadelphia distribution facility. After I sent him the NPR article from this morning, he confirmed, "Yep, we're going from 60 sorting machines to 28 sorting machines this week, right now." Instantly cutting the entire USPS system's mail processing power by 50% overnight. What could possibly go wrong? I sent in for my ballot early and I will be dropping it off at the courthouse in person. Still plenty of room for error, but I'm not sure how else to go about it at this point. This shit is exhausting. And keep in mind, folks, we definitely had election offices hacked by Russians. https://www. Roll call. com/2019/04/22/ Mueller report Russia hacks state databases and voting machine companies / Trump's 2016 wins in at least 12 states were outside the margin of error of the exit polling. https://tdms.research.com/2016/11/10/2016 presidential election table / I am sure the Russians were just in there to verify adequate security was in place. Things right now are still too close for comfort. We have to make it a blowout, so that any tampering will be blatantly obvious. Donate like this is the last legitimate election. This is so damaging to businesses. Companies risk a lot by mail not reaching them in time or their mail not getting to where it needs to go in time. Same thing for regular citizens that mail bill payments, waiting for checks to come in, etc. This move is definitely not WWJD, and the GOP evangelical right are cheering it on. In Iowa, we are losing machines. And they already in Waterloo were losing one of those machines. So that also hinders our ability to process mail in the way that we had in the past, added Carroll, who said she is not a fan of the Postmaster General. Washington state election officials have also raised concerns about the removal of mail sorting machines. So I hope those retirees and veterans who get their meds by mail 2 weeks late remember these shenanigans. I'm not a lawyer, but it looks like the Postmaster General is breaking the law by purposefully delaying the mail. 18 U.S. Code 1703. Delay or destruction of mail. https://www. Law. Cornell. edu/uscode/text/18/1703 #tab_default_2. So are we just gonna watch this happen? Or is there anything we can do? We're being looted, and the ruling class is trying to take away the last avenue we have of actually doing anything about it. This is huge. We need to be in the streets protesting. This is how Trump steals the election. Something has to be done now. This flagrant cheating has gone too far. Or are we learning that anyone can just dismantle our gov while we are helpless to do anything? Please say it isn't so. Literally, what possible other reason is there? Should the UN send a team to monitor your election like they do for several countries? Well, elderly Republicans want their mail. They wait for the mail every day. These maneuvers will result in more people switching to the Democrats. The post office is not a business, it's a service that has served this country well. Destruction of a service that has always worked well is a slap in the face to every American. Trump and the Postmaster General can both be charged with crimes if they lose the election. Great, now we have two people who will do anything to avoid prison. Maybe it's just coincidental, but the last two packages I have ordered that are being delivered via USPS have just been sitting in USPS facilities for days now, blowing past their expected ship/delivery dates. Never had this experience before. They are basically waking up every day and breaking USPS's knees in a new way. I fucking hate these assholes. Trump admin should be careful. These postal workers have a, let's just say, radical past. I work in a private shipping company and this is absurd. Once those machines are installed, they don't move and they are absolutely required for the facility to function. You would need to double staffing to get the same amount of work out otherwise, and it would be much less efficient and more prone to errors with human sorting. We have soldiers pimping minors, leaders suppressing voters, police brutality, unemployment, gutted social safety nets, rising costs of living, rising inequality. At least our stock market is doing good. We are an oppressive country living like a third world country ruled by rich people who have zero interest in fixing any of these. I'm not trying to get anyone fired here, but my wife has become very chatty with our regular postal worker. We've given her holiday cards, modest gift cards, and occasionally snacks or candy over the years, as she has always gone the extra mile for us, making sure our Amazon packages are safe and sound when leaving them on our doorstep. Last week the MRS starts asking if any of the news or changes we're hearing about in the news are having an impact on her day-to-day workload. Her response seemed a bit odd. They've recently been informed if they discuss anything about the post office with members of the public, they will lose their job and possibly their pension. They have been given strict orders to stay quiet about what is happening, and given that we're in a very liberal part of the country, Seattle suburb, hearing that was quite shocking and sent chills up both our spines. What the fuck is going on and how is this acceptable? Removed. Are our elected officials going to do anything about this at all, like fucking at all, before the end of this month when it's too late, or we all fucked? Mask up, drive to the election office and hand in your mail-in ballot. It's a paper trail, won't be delayed by mail tomfoolery, and can be done well in advance of the actual election day. And all of those people unemployed due to the pandemic have no excuse not to vote because of fear about missing a day of work. Vote like your country depends on it, because it does. When is this fucking nightmare going to be over? Every single day I see articles of corrupt shit in America and nothing is being done about it. WTF. This is the same way they destroyed and then privatized public schools. Make it impossible for them to function. Then they look bad, then you take it over for the public good. Republicans, voter fraud is rampant and we need to fight it. Also Republicans, installs DeJoy, who immediately slows down mail, eliminates OT and second runs for postal workers, then removes sorting machines. Fucking hypocritical fascists. Quick, do something, the voters are trying to interfere in the election. No way this doesn't end with the SCOTUS ruling on what happens to ballots were filled and mailed back in a reasonable time. Also, I know we're pushing vote by mail hard, but if you can vote in person, you 100% should. I have a buddy who's a postal worker. I ask him how things are going almost daily because this shit is the thing that's gonna make or break this election.